Greetings and welcome to Pinball Help. Today we're working on this Bali Black Rose pinball machine, and I'm just trying to iron out all the kinks and all the things that I found wrong with it since I've gotten it. It's still, we haven't gotten it yet ready to play yet. So there's a few things. So when I first got this machine, one of the things I noticed was that there's a spot up here where you shoot the ball into a little kind of slightly captive area where it apparently locks the balls or kicks it back out. And there's a little solenoid that when you shoot the ball up in, if it's not ready to lock it, it kicks the ball back out. And when I got this game, that area was taped off and there was stuff stuffed in there so the ball couldn't go in the area, so I didn't know what the deal was. So I pulled the stuff out that was blocking that area and then started playing the game, and I noticed when I kicked the ball into the little area, the solenoid would fire but it wouldn't kick the ball out. So basically the balls got stuck. You know, I thought, okay, maybe there's a switch that's not registering or something, but the solenoid was firing. It's very unusual for a solenoid to fire and it to be too weak. It's usually working properly, you know, or not, so you don't usually need to replace the coils. So here is the solenoid, and this fires this little armature right here. You see that? And that armature is attached to above the playfield. It's a little hook. So when it fires, it goes boom like that. It kicks the ball. It's just a little kicker for kicking the ball. So let me show you where the problem is. The problem is this armature, the piston, is actually broken off. I don't know if you can see, but right here, this is broken. See that? It's supposed to be attached to the armature, but the little swivel thing right there is literally broken. So this is going to have to be replaced. It's just a little tiny kind of plastic nylon piece right there. We're either going to replace the piece or we're going to get a new piston and put it in there. This is exactly the same mechanism that works on many pop bumpers. It's exactly the same kind of setup where this armature is. Except in this case it's kicking a ball out of a hole, but this could also be the slingshots. That's what I mean, slingshots, not pop bumpers. But it's the slingshots. This this is the same kind of armature you might find that would fire the slingshot, so when the ball hits it, it triggers it. And so if you ever have a slingshot that you hear firing and it's not hardly moving at all, it could be because the little piston here is broken. It doesn't mean the coil's bad. It means this thing just saw a little too much action and it's broken. So we're going to pull this thing off. We're going to pull this little piston out, and we're going to replace it and get this little kicker working again. Again, whoever had the game didn't know anything about this, so what they did was they just put a piece of tape over the area to block it off so that the ball wouldn't go in there. But what they ended up doing was severely limiting the functionality of the game. The whole sequence where you're locking balls and multi-ball and all that was just apparently not working because they didn't realize that there was a little broken piece underneath here. And this piece is probably $2, you know, but obviously you have to know what you're doing. Fiddling around down here, so thankfully they didn't try to rig this. It just broke, so they taped it around. So that's probably a good thing if you don't know what you're doing. But since I'm showing you what to do, for those of you that might find this situation, it's not that difficult. You know, the hardest part really is unscrewing everything and making sure that when you unscrew it, you don't lose parts, or you know, you obviously never do it when the machine is turned on or anything like that. So we're going to pull this little assembly out and we're going to fix this. So stay tuned for the next part. Thanks for watching.